What's going on, guys? It's Joe with Hendo Daily, and we are back from vacation over New Year's. I'm excited to be home. It feels good to be in my own bed, but I have a package waiting for me that I've been excited for, and that came in while we were gone. Luckily, we have some good neighbors that brought it in for me, but we are going to do an unboxing tonight. So I know it's not going to be any surprise based off the title of the video that this is the Wuben G5, and I am super excited to check this out. So let's get it opened up here. Hopefully my information isn't on the box too. Yep, there we go. So I know that this is the Wuben G5 because they emailed me and asked me to do a review of this one as well, and I've seen a ton of videos and reviews on this particular light, as well as the X4 that they sent me. If you have not checked this thing out, you really should. I took this on our trip with us, and up on the 20th floor of where we were staying, this thing just shined the whole beach. It was awesome. You can go check out that video. So here is the box. I'm not going to get into this anymore because I have plenty of videos on that. The G5, and I've done a lot of not reviews, but research and watched a lot of videos on the site and thought it looked really cool. So when they emailed me saying, hey, do you want to check this out and do a review? Absolutely. I'm not going to turn that down ever. So we're going to open this up, and I know that it has my first thought was it's got a magnetic base just like the X4 did. So I'm going to see if I can get in there and take that out just like I did on my other one and see what we got to work with. So let's open it up, check it out. If you want to stop and look at that for a second, that'll give you some specs on there. But I'm not going to go a whole lot into it. We're just going to kind of do a quick unboxing and initial overview. And then once I get some pocket time with it and some use out of it, we'll do another review later on. But like I said, there's tons of videos on the G5 out there. It really does look like a great light. So I'm excited to use this and check it out. And that thing is super tiny. Like, it looks small in the videos I've already seen, but like looking at it now or holding it in hand, wow, that is super tiny. But that's not a bad thing. It's EDC friendly. That's the first thing I wanted to look at, was seeing how the pocket clip can rotate to the front or both sides. I think that's a pretty cool feature. And then obviously the rotating head, and then the magnetic base down there, which I'm hoping I can get into. I should be able to. I'll just take these little T4 screws out, slide that off and see if I can dig it out. But let's go ahead and see how we can turn this thing on. If I know what I'm doing, or if it's charged up. There we go. Okay, so it's got the flashing blue and red lights. Blue and green, or red and green. So I realized I was a little out of focus there. Yellow and red. And back to red and blue. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, so back to the colored lights. There's the regular light. Yeah, this thing's pretty sweet. I mean, initially holding it, super lightweight. Same rotating bevel, just like the G4 or X4, sorry. And then I got this stinking cat trying to get up in here. Get out of here. Yeah, that shines pretty nice. I believe, what was it? Goes up to 400 lumens max, 65 hours max runtime. So I'm assuming that's on the, the moonlight mode. But yeah, that's pretty nice. I like that. And let's see. Hold that for 2 seconds. You can rotate through the colors. We got blue, purple, red, pink, yellow, green, all the colors of the rainbow. I love it. So initial impressions is I like it. It is kind of weird having the rotating head. Like, obviously that's a cool design, and the main feature of a light like this, having that head for, different angles, whatever you're doing. There's the magnetic base. Doesn't seem very strong, or it just could be the lid of what I'm using. But still, we're going to check it out and see if I can pull that out of there. So let's go ahead and try to take this thing apart. And then underneath you got your, your lanyard, your charging cable, user manual, all that good stuff. So let's push this all out of the way. And then if y'all will bear with me for a moment, we'll see if we can get that T4 in here. Where's that at? I've got this little, honestly, I picked this up at like, I want to say it was like Walmart or Dollar General or something. Like, it was when I was looking for good, or just for an extra set of torque screws, and I was trying to find something small enough that I could carry around. That I was mainly looking for the T6 and the T8, instead of just spending the decent amount of money on my what is that, the NAFS bit driver. I went through about 6 or 7 cheap tools that I found at, AutoZone or O'Reilly's, Walmart, wherever. Should have just spent all that money in the first place on the NAFS bit driver. So we're gonna pop this open, see what we got in here, and while we're doing that, I'm gonna apologize in advance because I did not get nearly as much content that I wanted to, even with my new camera that I took down with us on our trip. Okay. Ooh, this might be tough. I don't know if that's going to come out. Let's see here. Yeah, this magnet might not come out. Uh-oh. Well, if anyone knows a way to potentially get that magnet out of there or clip that out, please let me know. I'm probably going to look at this a little bit more later right now, because right now we just got home a little bit ago and I am exhausted. We had an 11-hour drive, and so I'm ready to be done for the day, but I was super excited to get out here and check this out. So yeah, potentially bad news for me. Potentially good news for one of you guys, because if I can't keep this due to the magnet that's in there, we might be doing a giveaway. So that's a potential option. So we're going to put this back in there. Maybe if I can get this out, I would love to keep it. Maybe I'll keep it at work. Maybe I'll do a giveaway. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. But overall, this does seem like a great, I won't say great. This does seem like a really good light. I don't want to say great without getting any pocket time with it. But like I mentioned, all the reviews and unboxings I've seen of this, it looks like a pretty sweet little light. Get in there. There we go. So I'm hoping, like I said, that I can get this battery out, or this magnet out, and I'll get to keep it and use a little pocket time. If not the worst thing in the world. It's another cool light that I got to check out and, do another review on. So either way, I am going to get some pocket time out of it. I'll just have to carry it with me to work and probably leave it at the office, because I don't want anyone in the house getting a hold of this that cannot be around magnets. So we'll just go from there. And I get a lot of questions of, not necessarily from, subscribers or viewers, but a lot of questions of, how strong is a magnet really? I'm not taking any chance or risk with a medical device. So as I've mentioned in previous videos, we have gotten rid of all magnets from our house, no matter how strong they may or may not be, because when it comes to something like that, I'm just not fooling around. So like I said, we'll check this out and get some pocket time with it, and hopefully get some good reviews with it. And I think I got this not O-ring, but the rubber seal in here all jacked up when I tried to put it back in. So we'll speed this part up right about here, and then there we go. Cool. Back to what I was saying. Squirrel brained. I'm exhausted. I apologize. Yeah, just got back from an 11-hour drive. I am exhausted. I am burnt out, and I am just ready to go to bed. But like I said, couldn't pass up going through and opening this up real quick. So let's see if we can get the screws through here and we'll call it a day. But initial impressions with the unboxing, looks like a cool light. I've had no issues with, sorry, I keep taking that out of the focus of the camera. I've had no issues with the X4. It's been a great light. I really loved using it while we were down at the beach. And I'm hoping and expecting the same quality out of this light. So here we go. Get that in there. And hopefully I did not lose a screw. Where'd that other little guy go? Aha. Yeah, it is really hard on the topic of not having magnets to find a lot of cool things that don't have them. So I'm glad I was able to get the magnet out of the base of the X4 because, like I said, I've really enjoyed. That was tough. Really enjoyed using that light, and it's been really great and a lot of fun to use. And the kids love using it, playing with it. So hopefully we can do the same thing with this. If not, I'll stick back to my Phoenix brand. Not to talk any smack on Wuben by any means, because these have been really good products so far. I'm really struggling with this, guys. I'm sorry. But if you haven't picked one up, definitely check out the X4 and the G5. Seems like a really cool light too. Same build quality. I mean, it feels solid. It feels like it's gonna do what it's supposed to do and hold up, and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna mess around with this a little bit more, see if I can get the light out or the magnet out of there, and we'll see what we can do. So that is the initial unboxing of the Wuben G5. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.